Hey there, it's Joe Johnston of Cancer Dudes Live More. Today I'm in the kitchen and we're going to be making up my famous cancer-fighting coconut curry salmon. Now this is a very simple recipe to put together, which I'm going to show to you today. It has 4 basic ingredients in it. Ingredient number 1 is salmon. Make sure to get wild salmon. Here I have some from Trader Joe's. Salmon that's from a farm actually is not this beautiful pink color. It's actually gray and they feed it pink pellets to turn it pink. So make sure to get wild salmon, very important. Number 2 category is vegetables, which I've kind of lumped together into one category. But today I've got an onion, we're going to put a couple carrots in, and I put in some broccoli sometimes, some bell peppers, red pepper, green pepper. Today I've got some Brussels sprouts that I'm going to throw in here, along with some bok choy as well. I'm going to throw this in there, chop it up. Especially bok choy, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, all the cruciferous vegetables are very important cancer-fighting nutrients. You want to get as many of those in your diet as possible. Category number 3 of ingredients is coconut. We're going to be putting these vegetables and fish together and braising them in a coconut milk base, which is a really great way of cooking them. It's going to be really easy. And we're going to add in some coconut oil at the end, which is also an antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral, very health-promoting nutrient. The final category, 4th category, is spices. I'm going to keep it simple today. Just use pink salt, which is very important for producing enough stomach acid in your stomach, getting some Himalayan pink salt, as well as just a curry powder. The turmeric curcumin in curry powder is a very important cancer-fighting nutrient. You can use other spices as well, which I'm going to talk about later, but keeping it simple, you can just use these 2. So first things first, I've got my pan on the stove at medium heat, and I chopped up my carrot and onion into small pieces. This is called a mirepoix in French cooking, but you put these vegetables in first, let them get a little tender. All the water is going to be released from them, and the vegetables are going to soak up all of the spices and coconut and good flavors from everything that's going to be cooking together. Leeks and celery are also good things to use in the initial stages. So I'm going to throw these right in to the pan. We'll let those sit for about 5 minutes, and right now I'm going to go ahead and chop up my other vegetables to get them ready to throw in there. So I've got 2 carrots in here, 1 small onion. They've been cooking for about 5 minutes. They're looking a little bit tender. You don't even need to put any oil in here. You can just throw the vegetables right in. Now I'm going to add the other vegetables. As I mentioned today, I've got some bok choy and some Brussels sprouts that I chopped up. I also like using broccoli and bell peppers, pretty much anything, any kind of vegetables you can use. I've got probably 3 or 4 cups of chopped vegetables that I'm going to throw in here. Next thing I'm going to do is add in the coconut milk. This is what everything is going to be cooking in. Braising all the food in a liquid like this is really great because when you're grilling meats or charring meats, that blackened outside can be carcinogenic, so it's very good to cook stews and broths and meats in some kind of liquid. Next we're going to put in the spices. As I mentioned, the pink salt, I'm going to throw about a teaspoon of that in there. Just sprinkle it all around. You want to make sure you're getting your salt. And then you can throw probably about a tablespoon of the curry powder in. I've got about a tablespoon of this secret spice blend that I'm going to use. I'm going to throw it in there. Then what I like to do is mix everything up before I throw the fish in. So I'm going to make sure that's all mixed together. What I like to do is take the fish, you'll see wild sockeye salmon, really nice pink color, and just kind of mash it around and make sure it's all covered in the coconut milk. It's got all the good spices all over it. And so you'll see we've got everything in here in the pan. Just going to throw the cover right on top of this. It's going to cook for about 10 minutes. You don't even have to really do anything. Braising a meal like this is super easy. Throw the vegetables, coconut, spices, and fish, put it all together, let it sit for 10 minutes. We'll be back in 10 minutes to see how it looks. We're at about the 15-minute mark. It took a little bit longer than I expected because I've got this pan full of fish and vegetables. I have about 1.25 pounds of salmon in there. You can use anywhere from 1 pound to 1.5 pounds. But you can see the salmon is starting to turn opaque. The vegetables are starting to get tender, which means it's about done. And I'm going to share with you the 5th optional secret ingredient which you can put in there, and that is seaweed flakes. Seaweed flakes are a delicious source of iodine and a lot of the trace minerals that you're not going to find in any other food. So these kelp flakes that you see here, or you can get some flakes in a bag like this. You can get them on Amazon, at Whole Foods. I'll attach a few links to where you can buy them. But I like to throw, maybe just a half teaspoon or so of these seaweed flakes in here. It gives it a little bit of a salty flavor. Really adds a lot of nutrition. Then the final thing we're going to add in is a spoonful of coconut oil. You actually want to add in the fats at the end of the cooking process or after the food is done cooking, because fats, even saturated fats like coconut oil, when they're heated up, they can break down easily and become rancid. So you want to minimize the cooking time that you have with any kind of fats. So we're actually going to throw a big old spoonful of the coconut oil in here. Just let that melt and mix everything together, and then we'll be all done. Give it a try. Now I've got the salmon out of the pan, put it on a plate with the vegetables on the side. This whole thing will probably feed me for about 3 meals or so. As you can see, it was super easy, came together in probably not even a half hour, and something you can easily do at home as well. So leave me a comment below if you would like to know what's in my secret spice blend that I added at the beginning. Look forward to hearing from you, and till next time, enjoy.